Using the Marquee tool. Besides the Move tool, the Marquee tool is something you'll constantly use and for different reasons. First of all, in CS6, you can use it to make measurements. Press M to select the rectangular marquee, and now click and drag. You'll see some measurements will appear that represent the width and height of your selection. This is great because A, symmetry is extremely important in web design, and B, you don't have to constantly switch to the ruler tool. So a real-world situation would be this. We have a background. Our content area is delimited, and you want to have a slider, but of course you need some spacing on each side. To make sure you have it set up well, just zoom in and use the Marquee tool. Check on the one side, then do the same for the other. That's one use. The second use is to align elements, and you have already seen this in action when setting menu separators. You have your layer selected, you're on the Marquee tool, and you make a selection. Then you press V to change the Move tool and use the alignment tools from up top. Of course, you can also use the elliptical Marquee tool to create a paper sheet effect like we saw previously. But even more interesting is the fact that you can use this tool for some uncommon situations. For example, let's say a client asks you to improve his font on his current website and especially in the call to action buttons. Now, instead of recreating those buttons, which is hard enough if they have some fine details to them, you can use the Marquee tool to erase the text and use another at its place. First, you need to make a print screen by pressing the Print Screen button on your keyboard. Then, create a new project file in Photoshop by pressing Ctrl-N. Press Ctrl-V to paste your screenshot and zoom in on your button. Now get the rectangular Marquee tool and make a small selection, as tall as the text, and press Ctrl-T. Drag the handle and the font will disappear. This is one way of doing it with the Marquee tool. The other fast way you should know now is to select the text with the Marquee tool and press Shift F5 and select Content Aware. This does almost the same thing. Going back to the Marquee tool in our print screen layer, you can also make a selection of that button, then press Ctrl-J to make a copy of it. Now if you move it, you'll see your button will be on a new layer. This is also good when you want to increase the size of an element that's not created by you. So for example, a table like this, if you want to make it wider, you can use the Marquee tool to select the edge, move it outwards, then make a selection on the interior, press Ctrl-T, and drag it. Results vary depending on your image.